Hello, how you doing today? I want to thank all the listeners for tuning in to this show, Natural is Health. I am your host, Dr. Ferrante Frazier. I'm a hygienic physician practicing natural hygiene. Natural hygiene is our science because we believe that the body is a self-healing organism when you remove the cause of suffering and provide the natural requirements for health, the requisites, the principles of nature to allow the body to recover itself from the damage that we've done. Our show airs every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Most times we're live and we're bringing to you information that can help you save yourself from a world of trouble, from having to go to the medical man and let him cut on you or give you his poison. We can get out of the mindset of believing that we can run to a pill bottle for health. We can get out of thinking that health is at the end of a needle, a jab. We can stop thinking that we can prevent disease by, taking poisons and pills and stuff like that when we can prevent it by not intoxicating ourselves, not abusing ourselves, not destroying our tissues from our lifestyle habits. Or we clean up our environment where our environment don't wear out our body or breaks down our body or weaken our body, that it becomes disease or suffer. We suffer due to our lifestyle habits and our environmental condition. I just want to thank y'all. I want to thank ATR for allowing us to be a part of this platform to talk about holistic health and share it with all our listeners. And I want to thank you listeners most of all for tuning in to our show every Tuesday to learn good information. I want to say great information about your body and your health and the conditions that are necessary for you to be healthy. Now, we do use some science, a lot of science talk, and we try to make it as plain as possible where you can understand it. We don't use a bunch of statistics or anything like that, diagrams and different colorful charts or anything like that. We just talk plain, common English, telling you what's the cause of your suffering. And then only when you remove that cause will the suffering also disappear. But until then, we cannot remove the suffering while the cause is still present. I don't care what you take. I don't care what medicine you take. I don't care what herb you take, what remedy. If the cause is still there, the problem is going to just keep on intensifying until it becomes chronic, and even the medicine has no ability to suppress or palliate your symptoms anymore. Those symptoms become so vigorous, so strong, and new symptoms arise because you suppress the simple ones that was trying to correct your body. Matter of fact, that's what we're going to be going into talking about now, about the immune system. The immune system is you hear a lot of people talking about that in the television and on the radio. What are we doing to enhance our immune system, or what can you do to increase your immune system? Well, there's nothing to take. Most people, when they hear about, we're so fogged in the medical mentality that when we hear of what can we do to help our body, we always go to thinking about some type of medication. And if it's not a medication, we're looking for some type of remedial herb or remedy or some type of concoction that we can put together to so-called fight our so-called disease. And when we're not fighting our disease, we're trying to prevent disease with these so-called remedies as well. We take the supplements, we take the concoctions that we read up on, or some type of old wise fable that we tend to use, that we think that we can protect ourselves from disease and suffering, or we think that we can actually, cure ourselves when we become diseased. But let's talk a little bit about immune system. A lot of people don't know what the immune system is. They hear the immune system a lot, but they don't really know what the immune system functions are and how it operates and what it's operating under and what is it that it's supposed to do. That's the functions. So when we look at the immune system is a bunch of parts. Matter of fact, almost every organ in the body is a part of the immune system, because at all times, every cell in the body is in the mode of protecting itself, defending itself, and healing itself. So actually, the immune system is every cell of the human body. But there are certain organs and tissues that play more a major part in defending the body, the collective cells. That's what a body is. It's a community of cells. So the collective cells are guarded and protected by its troops. Now, these troops are known as like the lymphatic glands, the lymphatic system itself. And you have your microphages, you got your leukophages, you got all these, leukocytes and different other, cells that defend the body. Like they eat at toxins, they help degenerate toxins and break them down where they can be rendered useless in the body, where they can start being irritating and start damaging cells. And then it takes it to one of these lymphatic sites called glands, like the tonsils, the adenoids, and different areas like that, are these other nodules that are strategically placed throughout our body. They are taken there where they are like in prison. And while they're in prison, the body is constantly still breaking them down and making them easier to be eliminated from the body with less harm, where it don't damage the body as it's being released or eliminated from the body. So this, all the while, the immune system is a process to actually render toxins that have came in our body. Now, these toxins could have come from anywhere. They could have come from what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're breathing, and your thoughts. Or you just straight up ingesting poison in your body. Now, and then your body produces poison from worn out cells and worn out tissue. Anything that the body no longer need anymore is poisonous to it. So as daily work go on in your body and cells produce waste from their activity, that waste is toxic to the body and must be removed. And if it's not removed, it becomes a source of irritation, a source of toxins that eventually will destroy tissues. So the body have to drain that out as well. So the immune system is at all time defending itself from poisonous substances that are internal and that come from external sources. So this is what the immune system does all day long in defending the body from our lifestyle, from our habits and our day-to-day processes. Now, over a period of time, if our lifestyle is really toxic and always demanding activity from the immune system, if our environment is so poisonous and polluted that it's always demanding activity from the immune system, if we're breaking down tissues fast in our body because of our, here again, lifestyle habits, then we're demanding action from the immune system on a constant basis. So when every time, let's say, for example, you have a toxin right here that's just roaming around in your body. And a macrophage is one of those cells that come and engulf the toxin and digest it and care and go and keep doing that. And at the same time, it'll go to a gland and then be eliminated out of the body. You'll come out as a mucus. You start dripping out mucus, or you'll cough out phlegm, or it'll come out through your skin as a boil or abscess or something like that through your teeth. So yeah, however, it's coming out. But it's coming out along with your defense. That macrophage is being lost every time it does like a kamikaze battle. It kills itself, but taking 3 or 4 bad guys with it. So every cell that is a part of the lymphatic that helps fight and defend the body from intruders and waste and material that gain interest in our body, they sacrifice themselves because they're going to be eliminated out because they have to render that thing toxic, like get them in the head choke and take them on outside. So we're losing a fighter every time we put something toxic in our body, as in food and drink and drugs and all type of other nauseous and toxic things that the body has no need of. It has no need of a hamburger. It has no need of hot dogs and potato chips and candy and cookies and all these unnatural foods that we tend to put into our body. But what it does need is fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Now, the fresh fruits, vegetables, and nuts and seeds, that's what the body needs because those are the materials of which the body repairs itself with. It can't make use of those foods that we're eating. So those foods just sit there and rot in our body. Yeah, just because we're eating them don't mean that they're digested and turn into flesh, bones and stuff and blood. They're just sitting there rotting in our body and becoming a source of accumulated waste that tend to irritate and inflame and then eventually harden and degenerate our cells and tissue, producing our so-called sicknesses. But our body do not have to go through that, provided that we maintain clean blood. And the way to maintain clean blood is, first of all, keeping high vitality. And the only way to keep high vitality is to stop wasting it with our lifestyle habits and our environmental conditions. So it's always going back to the cause. The cause of all disease is innervation or low vitality. When we run out of functioning power, when we have no power left in our body to properly, drain toxins, cause us to have optimum performance, have optimum enjoy stuff. We move faster when our body is full of vitality. It's like the Energizer Bunny. It runs fast, 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 and then it starts slowing down when the battery lights start going out. All batteries pretty much do that. The remote control don't change like it's on. You have to hit it every so often to get it to go now. You have to take the batteries out and change them. Put them on the other end, turn them upside down, and then put them back in to get the remote to work until eventually it just stopped working. When our vitality start weakening, we're not going to have that thrust in action in our cells and tissues like we have when we have high vitality. Just look at kids. They're full of vitality right now because their vitality hasn't been squandered away on lifestyle and habits and stuff. They don't have habits of older people. They tend to not be in environmental conditions that are poison. They don't work at these poisonous jobs. They don't be in these clubs with all the smoking. We tend to don't have kids around smoking. So we tend to not put them in those environments that we are in that are toxic, that's breaking our body down, and we just don't connect our lifestyles, and because we become so accustomed to it, and they seem so natural, and they're what we're doing all the time. So we tend to feel it as being normal. But that's what's breaking us down. And our immune system is at all times protecting us from the damage that we're doing to ourselves. So it's getting weak every time, we eat some bad food. When I say bad food, I mean unhealthy, that the body cannot make use of. Anything that's cooked, denatured, manufactured, additives in there, preservatives in there, all those are poisonous to the body. And as we put it into our body, we're putting poisons into our system. And our body have to react to those poisons. Or otherwise, it's just going to lay down and die. It's just going to let the poison just roam free and then tear up and degenerate everything. But the body is too wise to just lay down and die like that. So it's going to defend itself. Now, that defense is going to be to neutralize the toxin. And once the toxins are neutralized, then to eliminate those toxins. That elimination is a detoxification. The body detoxifies itself of waste, only when it neutralizes. Now, when it's properly neutralized, it's not no real discomfort because it's not irritating. But it'll be a discomfort there, but it won't be a really bad discomfort when it's been properly neutralized. The toxins will come out of you without really a bad, harmful effect. But if your body don't have the nutrients, the vitamins, or alkaline material inside of it to properly neutralize these acids, these poisons and toxins that are in your body. See, an alkaline, when it comes to acid, they neutralize each other out. So it becomes neutral, non-irritating, like water. Water is neutral. All right. So if water was coming out of your system, it won't damage anything. So your body pulls from its reserves all its vitamin nutrients to neutralize these poisons. That's why I say everything plays a part of this so-called immune response to defend the body from, waste, destruction, poison, and other so-called issues that is trying to attack the body. Well, anytime the body is under attack in any manner, and I ain't talking about no attack from no germs or bacteria, anything like that. Because the body, a strong body repels that stuff. Those things don't even come to a body that is clean and perfect and healthy and strong. Only when the body become run down in vitality and burdened with waste do it attract those parasites that come to decompose and eat away of this filth. So if you want to keep your body protected and free from disease, you got to remove all the causes of disease. If you don't want to burn up, you got to, cut the stove off of disease. If you don't want to burn up, you got to, cut the stove off and stop playing in fire. If you don't want to be drunk, then you got to stop drinking. So if you want to remove, if you want to remove the symptoms of coughing, sneezing, because all those are just symptoms. And these symptoms are just signs of your body throwing out waste as it's coming out through your nose, coming out through your mouth, coming out through your eyes, ears, your nose, throat, your skin, all those sensations and symptoms, those are just the body freeing itself of toxin. Now, the doctor, he's going to group those so-called symptoms. If you're having all symptoms is just detoxification. But these medical doctors have created like a group, categorize those symptoms into specific diseases. So if you just sneezing and coughing, you got a cold. If you sneeze and coughing with a fever, it's flu. If you sneeze and coughing with chest congestion, it's pneumonia. So the more harsh the symptoms are, the more symptoms, they come with different names. But it's the same problem. Toxins in the blood. That's symptoms. The person who is less toxic got lesser symptoms. It's free the body of waste more rapidly. It has energy to do so. The person who has low vitality, it's going to be an ongoing, long, stretch towards healing the body. So you have a chronic issue. So the people who have high vitality, they have an acute crisis or an acute disease to throw off waste. A person who have low vitality, that person is going to have a ongoing, a long-standing elimination going on because the body got to do it at the rate that it has energy to do so. It's like an old maid in there cleaning the house. It's going to take a little longer to clean. But a new maid that has the house cleaned up and no problem, full of energy. But old lady, she harboring on her stick trying to clean up the house. It take a while, take longer. She got arthritis in her hands and in her back. She's not going to be able to fold clothes properly and fast and efficiently like she did when she was a youthful, um, person taking care of the house. So the same thing in our body, when our vitality is just like that maid. When it's weak, then we can't properly function the way we would under a different set of conditions. It's all about the conditions of the body, the vitality. So you want to have a strong immune system, then you need to get your vitality up. That's the only way. There's no something you can take. That's the question next. What can I take to protect my immune system or protect me from disease? There is nothing to take out here that can protect us from our so-called sicknesses. Remember, the reason behind our blood issue or our toxemia or our toxic blood is innervation. Innervation being low functioning power, low energy, low life force. The body don't have that get up and go battery no more. The battery's not fully charged. It's been depleted. So certain things are not going to function optimal because there's no power to just lend to the organs that operate with 100%. The kidney's done used up most of its energy, so it's not going to filter out waste like it was when it was running at 100%. The heart is not going to beat at 100% because it don't have the functioning power to do so. The lungs not going to exchange air properly because it don't have functioning power. And some of these organs have been, it start off with functioning damage. Then eventually it goes on to organic damage where the organ itself start deteriorating, start breaking down. That's organic damage. Where it's structural damage. Where it's structural damage now. Especially when the toxins have to keep coming through those organs, they damage those organs. And when it don't have enough energy to repair itself because the energy levels have been depleted because it's been trying to heal itself for many decades and many years, it finally get to a point where it don't have energy to do like it used to do when you were young. You do damage to your body will heal like that because it had the funds to deal with it. But now it don't have the funds to do anymore because we done squandered away our inheritance, our vitality, our life force, our energy. We've squandered it away on eating haphazard, eating some of the most toxic foods and the most toxic amounts and the most toxic combinations that create disease in our body, that weakens our body. Every time we had to go and have a diarrhea to push that toxic stuff out of us, that's a drain of our energy. Every time we had to sneeze out these toxins, we developed these colds. Those was the body mustering up energy to defend itself. That's a waste of money. Look at these wars. These wars cost Americans lots. That's the same thing in our body. We're spending buku energy to fight off our bad eating, unhealthy lifestyles, all that toxic drinks we're drinking, and the way we think and different things like that. If it's toxic, we're using up huge amounts of energy. And it's weakening our energy to a point where now our body cannot repair rapidly like it used to. Body cannot heal, cannot restore itself. It cannot develop and grow like it was when it had high vitality. So the vitality is low. And we have to get that vitality back up. That immune system cannot be boosted with herbs and remedies. A lot of people want to go to thinking that, oh, it's natural. You start hearing about, hey, what can I do naturally to heal myself? Here we go right back to the medical mind. You need to take something. I don't need to take nothing. I need to stop doing what's causing my suffering. I don't have to, the thing that's out now is all these so-called, one of the biggest things, and I know I might offend some people by even saying it, But the sea moss thing it's just got out of hand. You know, we really gave attributes to some sea moss. You know, that's the human psyche for some reason. You know, we once gave attributes to snake venom. Snake venom was just like the sea moss going on right now. It was a cure-all situation. Whatever you had, you could take some snake venom and give it to a person, and it would so-called stop their issues. Well, I guess so. It's more toxic than the issue. The body don't have nothing but a certain amount of vitality to defend itself, and it's going to go after the most toxic thing, which would now be the snake venom. It ain't got time to go and repair and throw off waste because it got to go defend itself from this poison that we just ingested. So yeah, if these so-called things stop actions of the body, because every so-called symptom of detoxification is an action of the body to throw off waste, to defend itself, to repair itself. And if you take something and it stops that metabolic process, then that substance is toxic, so toxic that the body had to take its attention off of healing to now defending from that poison. So here it is, the body at all time is trying to repair itself, defend itself. That's the first law of life. The first law in life is the law of self-preservation. The body is going to preserve itself by all means according to the amount of energy it have on hand at any given time. Now, if that energy is high, then it's going to preserve itself at the most, best way. It's going to be a beast at defending itself. But if the vitality of the organism is low, then it can only preserve itself according to the amount of that low energy. It can't go out here just beating up everything because it don't have the energy to do so. So it can only preserve itself at a low grade level. And then that's why you see a lot of people suffering in this pandemic. Those who have high vitality, who vitality hasn't been squandered away, these people, they only suffer little so-called cleansings. And you got some people who don't even feel nothing. They say they got the thing and don't feel anything. Then you got some people who are going through tremendous pain and even dying through this pandemic because they are suffering from low vitality. Their vitality has been squandered. A lot of people say, well, why is it affecting this other person more than it's affecting me? Well, each one of us got different habits. Now, I could see if we were all uniform, then we could kind of ask that question, but it's not uniform living. Everybody's not going to sleep at 9 o'clock. Some people stay up till 12. Some people stay up there 2. Some people don't even get sleep. They drink coffee to keep themselves up, and they take monster drinks and buku energy and all these other so-called drinks that they think supposed to give them energy. Some people don't go into the sun. Some people go into the sun. Some people drink water. Some people drink everything other than water. Some people eat a bunch of toxic food. Some people eat a little bit of toxic food, and some people eat no toxic food. Some people exercise. Some people don't exercise. Some people walk. Some people don't walk. Some people run. Some people jog. Everybody got different states that they've been living in. The more toxic your lifestyle is, usually going to cause your body to defend itself or break down the fastest. If you live in a healthy lifestyle, you out there breathing fresh air, you're exercising every day, eating a bunch of fruits and vegetables, getting plenty of sleep, staying away from toxic people, keeping the will to live, keeping a cheerful life, not under any stress that weakens the body, you're going to be healthy. You're going to be optimized when it comes to health. But those are natural requirements. You don't have to go and take pills every day to stay healthy. You just have to be obedient to nature. Go breathe her air. Don't breathe nothing but fresh air. When you start breathing something other than fresh air, then yeah, your body's going to break down because you're putting bad air in your body. These candles burning, these air wicks, these Febrezes, these sprays, and all type of other stuff that you're putting in your air, where you're polluting your air that's coming into your body. That is a way to break your body down. You know, if you're drinking anything other than water, that's not what the body demand. The body demand clean, pure water. It don't have to have anything in there. It don't need anything in there. Water has no taste, no color, no smell. If it got a smell, it's not clean. If it got a taste, it's not clean. Matter of fact, they tell you that they added minerals for taste. They put alkaline compounds in there for taste. That's not pure then. It's not clean anymore. You just toxic my water up. And then we drink it. And we wonder why our body is getting weaker and not stronger. Even from these so-called diet stuff that we're consuming. This stuff's not natural. You know. We have to look at what the ingredients, if it got ingredients, it's not natural. If it's not just coming straight from the earth. And not everything just comes from the earth is for us to take in either. You know, we eat all these onions and garlic, and we take all these mushrooms and all these other toxic substances. It's like going to eat tobacco and eating poison oak and poison ivy. Certain plants are not edible. Just because it's a plant don't mean that it's vegan and we supposed to eat it. That stuff have poisons in it. A lot of people don't think that onions have poison in it, but think about it. If you put it to your eyes, it'll make you cry. Anything that make you cry, it gotta be toxic to your body. Your body is telling you, stay away from it. If you put it in a cut, it'll burn you, just like salt and other poisonous substances. But that's something that we don't pay attention. We haven't been taught that, and neither will our medical doctors teach us anything like that. First of all, once they teach you how to properly live, then they have to get another job. They won't be financially stable the way they are if they teach people how to properly live. And stop medicating them. Don't just put them on drugs and now they have to keep coming back to them every 3 months and get a prescription refill and come there and let them play around on their bodies and stuff like that and go through a bunch of rigmarole and routine to tell them, hey, you're getting sicker. Are you taking your medicine? Let me put you on some more medicine. I want you to go see a specialist. And then he go and start doing the same thing that your general practitioner is doing. Putting you on drugs and got you on a regimen because he got to fill up his schedule. He got to make sure that he see his money for the year. He got to pay for that building. He got to pay for them cars, get his kids through school, pay for that big house he got, all his major vacation, and he got to put up for a good retirement for himself. So he got to make sure that he keep you on your pills and your potions and those treatments and coming in to see him. But if he teach you how to live right, properly, that you'll never suffer disease, then he can't pay for that stuff. He won't be financially stable. A teacher is what a doctor should be. Not a medicine man. That's not a doctor. He's a teacher of medication. He can teach medication all day long. So if you're a doctor of medicine, that means you are a teacher. A doctor means teacher. So you are a teacher of medication. That's all you know. You've been taught medication. And everything that you seek to do is going to be surrounded around medication and treatments. Now, we're a doctor of hygiene, a doctor of holistic health and healing, a doctor of holistic nutrition. That means that we're teachers of natural, hygienic concepts and principles that allow your body to regenerate on a more natural essence. Now, I'm talking about doctor of nutrition, of holistic nutrition. That means that we're going to teach you holistic concepts about eating food in the right way that it will help aid your body and build your body up and not poison your body and break your body down. See, there's eating that builds your body and there's eating that destroys your body. Now, just because a man eats a bunch of food and he look big and looks strong, but it's nothing but a bunch of waste in his body. And we look at them babies and we see that they be big fat babies and all type of stuff, slobbing all out the nose and mouth and stuff. And we saying, oh, look at the big healthy baby. That baby's sick. That baby disease is miserable, constipated. But that's what we look at. We look at individuals as being big as being healthy. But they're actually breaking their body down and hoarding toxins. Their body is actually weak because it's not allowing this poisons to come out of their body. They don't have proper drainage. You want to establish drainage. You want your body to throw off waste. You don't want to keep suppressing it. You start taking these remedies and these medicines to suppress your elimination, then nothing's coming out. Every time you was going to the, let's say that, for example, you drink a lot of liquor or you drink a lot of beer and your body start excessively urinating. You know, a lot of people, when they start drinking, they tend to start going to the bathroom more often. Now, why is they going to the bathroom more often? Because they just ingested some poison. So excessive urination is to rid the body or free the body from this poison that will destroy tissues and cells inside if left to roam around in your body. So this excessive urination is a protective means from the body. It's protecting the body from being inflamed and irritated with this poison. So the more you drink, the more excessive the urination. And when you start drinking more or drinking harder poison, now your body develop other symptoms along with the excessive urination. You're running to the bathroom, you're getting hot flashes, inflammation throughout your body, low-grade fever. You might start suffering diarrhea, you become fatigued, you start going out of your mind, start getting blurry vision. All kinds of symptoms start trying to stop you from poisoning yourself. And the poisoning is taking effect in your body. So this is no different than other poisons that we consume. And we take these poisons in low dosage over a long period of time. Like we drink 1 cup of coffee every morning. Yeah, we're not just outright poisoning ourselves like we're in a saloon or bar, just sitting there just downing a bunch of alcohol, but we're putting poison in our body in a low-grade state on a daily basis for decades. And eventually it catch up with us. We can't just think that we can poison ourselves indiscriminately and never have to pay for it. Eventually it's going to catch up with us. All sin leads to death, according to the scriptures. So it behooves us, it's ideal for us to eat and live in such a way where we don't have to pay for these things later. This old church song say, hey, put your time in because payday is coming after a while. You're going to get paid for the way you're living eventually. And when I'm saying it like that, I'm meaning that those things are going to catch up with you. If you eat properly and take care of your body and live righteously, righteously meaning right. You're not living wrongishly or wrong. You're not living in such a way where drinking, staying up all night and eating a bunch of bad food and not getting rest and not going out into the sunlight, not exercising. You're doing everything opposite of what health is. And you expect to stay healthy. You wondering why I feel this way. You go to the doctor, I've never had this before. Well, you just been doing a bunch of toxic stuff that caused this. No one ever had diabetes until they got it. It's a first for everything. Well, I've never had this problem before, they say. Well, it's here now. It came about because of your lifestyle habit. It came about because of your environmental condition. We even look and see that over here in Savannah, Georgia, over here in Garden City, you got a bunch of people that were living up under the power lines and right there by International Paper, breathing in that toxic stuff. And you got Colonial Oil with all that gas fumes and stuff. And them folks suffer. They stay sick. They were suffering brain problems and all. Headaches, having headaches and all type of things. No connection. You have nothing to do in the community, a communicable disease from the conditions of that community. You didn't have that stuff out away from these toxic plants or anything like that. You don't have that stuff out in the country and different things like that with fresh air and sunlight, and people are not with all that noise and different things. You even see that the city slicker dies quicker than the country person. Yeah. But those things, those are statistics we need to look at. Look at Mother Nature. She got all the statistics you need to know. Who's the better scientist? The one who created science. And not only created science, but has all the evidence to show you. And shows you every day. You know, you're talking about an expert. Oh, I tell you who's the expert. Nature. Mother Nature is the expert when it comes to our body healing, when it comes to the conditions of our environment. If we only get in line with her and stop being disobedient, we don't suffer disease. Remember, we say Mother Nature. Mother is the corrector, you know, to take care, the nurturer. So we can't go to nowhere else. Now, a lot of people say, well, this is from nature. I go get my sea moss from nature. I go get my herbs from nature. It's natural herbs. It's not no medical herbs. It's natural herbs. I got it out of the woods myself. It's grown in good ground. I can go get some cocaine. It's from Mother Nature. And it can come from the ground. Well, I'll go get the poppy plant and the coca leaves. It won't be natural when it get to be cocaine. But let's say we still using these toxic plants. They from Mother Nature. I say the poison ivy and the poison oak, the tobacco. All these poison leaves and poison plants we can get. And they from we can grow them the most organically way we can think. The most naturally way we can think to grow them. No chemicals or anything like that. They're still not good for us to put in our body. Our body will react to them as a poison. It will treat it like a poison. And so doing, it have to be active in using its vitality. Every use of your battery drains that battery. So every use of your vitality drains your vitality. So you have to be smart in conservation or conserving your energy, your vitality, not squandering it away, not throwing it away haphazardly, not throwing it away just crazily. You got to protect and hoard your energy for it can carry you for the long haul. You got to save your money. You can't just go out there just spending and expect to have money to carry you on for life and in your retirement. If you're sitting here spending it every day, you make $100 and you spending $101 every day. When it comes time with retirement, you're in the red big time, buddy. You're suffering now. Same thing with your vitality. You want to keep your vitality when even in the time where your body is not going to be producing vitality as much in your older age, but you already have it stored up because you haven't been using it up. You've been conserving your energy. That's how to stay healthy, disease-free. Keep high vitality. Anytime something try to attack your body can be right there on point. You got money to spend on it. When the environment changed, it wouldn't matter to you. When these so-called parasitic poisons are introduced into the world, it wouldn't affect you. Your body would be so strong. Things in the world would not bother you. You know. But that's when you're in line with Mother Nature, when you got Mother Nature as your guide. Can't have these medical people as your guide. Those your experts, then you're going to be expertly dead around here. You're going to be expertly hurting around here. You're going to be expertly suffering around here because you're looking to the wrong people as experts. and not looking at the true expert of your health, Mother Nature, going to back to natural concepts, living natural. Yeah. We like cars and we like all this stuff that we put into the world, but you're still going to have some control of your own passions, control of your own, what you're eating, what you're drinking, the lifestyle, your habits, whatever you do. Your habits is your constant thing you're doing over and over. What is your habits like? Are you in the habit of drinking poison on a daily basis? How often are you in the habit of drinking your poison? How often are you in the habit of eating your poison? How often are you in the habit of breathing in poisons? The more you're in the habit of it, the more vitality being squandered away from your body. The more your immune system have to attack the poison. This is a degeneration, a breaking down of your body. And every time you put that poison in your body, it's breaking it down. It's breaking it down. It's beating at the wall. It's beating at the wall until eventually that wall get a crack in it. That wall get a crack in it, then and you steady just beating on it. I mean, you just steady beating on, even though it's paining you, even though your stomach is paining you, it still won't make you stop eating that food. Even though your pressure rises, it won't stop you from drinking that drink. It won't change your lifestyle. Even though your wall is cracking and you steady pounding on it, beating on it, and you know once this wall fall, that's all. You're gone. But that still doesn't make us in our medical mentality to change, because the medical doctor got us all thinking that it's all diseases all because of a germ, all because of a bacteria, or some type of virus or something like that. He neglected to tell us that our habits is what produce our sickness, because he don't even know. He'd been taught medicine. He ain't been taught no nutrition. He ain't been taught about no holistic concepts or anything like that. He's a teacher of medicine. When he was taught when in school, if your nose running, take this and it'll stop the sinuses. Stop it. If he got diarrhea, give him something to constipate. If they constipated, then give them something for diarrhea. Whatever the person going through, give them something to stop or palliate or suppress what they got going on. That's all they were taught in school. They're teachers of medicine. Now you got these herbologists. You got all these different holistic practitioners who also study their herbs. That's all they go to school to study, herbs. Or to go study some type of treatment that they can sell you to, that you have to keep coming back to them for, though. Because if you don't remove the cause of your suffering, then you're going to be connected to this poison. This poison can't correct anything if the cause is still there. If your hand is on a fire and you put a Band-Aid around it, but you don't take your hand off the fire, what good is it? And you're going to have to keep wrapping it. But it's not going to protect, because eventually the fire is going to burn through all that. And it's just going to destroy your hand. The wise thing would be to remove the hand from the fire. And a lot of us don't know how to remove ourselves from the fire. The fire is the cause. You remove the cause of your suffering, and the cause of your suffering is the lifestyle. You learn about true lifestyle principles. Look into your life and see where you poisoning yourself, where you exerting all your energy, where you robbing yourself of vitality. When you look at that, then you're going to see that, okay, this is what's causing my suffering. The reason why I got diabetes is because I got a high-fat diet. I eat too much greasy food that's stopping the sugar from going into my cells and giving me energy. They're coating it in the blood, and so it's rising. I got high blood pressure because I got the thick blood from eating this high-fat diet and all this stress. You know, my body is breaking down rapidly, all the stress in my life. Should I take high blood pressure medicine? No, remove the stress. Somebody around here irritating you and you stressing your pressure up, you're gonna say, well, I need to take my high blood pressure. You running my pressure up. I'm gonna take some high blood pressure pills, or I'm gonna drink my sea moss stuff to bring my pressure down. No, get rid of the stress. Get rid of the stress. That's what you want to do. Remove cause, you remove disease. Disease cannot parasites can't live in a trash can once you take out the trash and remove all the filth and clean it up. You're not going to see any maggots in there. Maggots only going to appear if you leave waste in there. You leave trash in the trash can and forget it and come back, it's going to be filled with parasites and flies and all type of germs and bacteria. Because the conditions for their growth is there. Their environment is favorable for their reproduction and for their development and for their growth. So they're going to develop. Mold is going to appear. Bacteria is going to form. Viruses and parasites are going to manifest out of this filth, out of this decaying matter. But once you take out the trash and keep it clean, nothing's going to come there. Even if you throw parasites in there void of trash, they're going to die or get up, try to find a way up out of there to get to where they can get something to eat. Same thing with the human body. If you want to keep your human body healthy, then you got to clean it up. You got to get that waste up out of your body. The first way is to stop ingesting the waste. You stop putting the waste in your body. Allow the waste that forms in your body to be properly eliminated by having high vitality. This is what's going to keep you strong and healthy and protect you from disease. This is the only thing that can protect your immune system and raise it to a point where it can defend you at any given moment. You can't just keep sending your troops to war and think that you're going to have a strong army. If you got them going in every which way direction, you got them going to Afghanistan, you got them all in Libya, you got them all in Africa, you got them all in Mexico, you got them spread out all over the place, and they're suffering, they're dying over there. They're killing people, sure, but they're dying too. So your army is getting weaker by the moment. You can't think that they're going to be strong. You got to call them all back home and let them rest and let them train some other people. But you got to make peace with all these countries. You make peace in your body by stop putting poisons in there. And your immune system will have a chance to rest and heal and build new leukocytes and stronger macrophages. And the lymph nodes can be stronger and healthier. They don't have to be always irritated, housing toxic felons. I told you they're like a prison. But they wouldn't have to be housing all these toxic villains if you don't bring it in. So they won't swell. They won't swell up. So this is what I wanted to share with you today, and I hope you're able to listen to it properly. I hope that you got something from it, and I hope that you always get something from what we have to offer you when it comes to holistic health and healing. I wanted to dig more into our energy habits and our lifestyle habits where you can see what's really causing the suffering in your life, but that'd probably be on our next show next week. I also want to tell you about the detoxification process, something that we'll talk about in the future show as well. We're doing a detox right now where we've been fasting and we've been eating fruits in our detox. I wanted to bring a young lady on, and I'll probably have her on in the future show to talk about her healing techniques and this transition transformational detox that she does annually. She's been doing it for over 6 years now, and she's been gathering a lot of people to take that journey with us. So that's a healer. A person who promote health is a healer. I call them healers. And if a person is teaching other people how to fast and how to eat properly before the fast and after the fast, that's a healer. So I'm going to introduce you to some other healers in our community, people who are promoting health, where you can see that it's not just one person, me talking about it. It's other people who live this hygienic lifestyle or similar to the hygienic lifestyle that promotes health to some degree, you know. Now, I'm always say that, you know, and that's just my teaching. Just like any other teacher of something is going to say that their way is the best way. I'm going to say that all ways are good to the amount that they align themselves up with natural hygiene. Because you got some modalities that only teach about sun exposure, but they neglect exercise and eating properly. Then you got some people who tell you to eat properly, but neglect sunlight, exercise, and stuff like that. So we align you with all the ways of health and tell you that if you indulge in all the 10 ways of health that we teach, they will align you up with nature and will promote the most optimal health for you, because you're getting the sun exposure, sunlight, eating ideal food, staying away from toxic people, keeping the will to live, normal temperatures, rest and relaxation, you know, fresh air, cleanliness, things of that nature. When you apply them to your life, you'll see a difference. You see a big difference. And to help you with that, make sure you stay tuned with us, because we're going to help you understand those 10 ways of health even better, how you can get it. Because a lot of people don't know about normal temperatures. You know, when we say normal temperatures, okay, they're just thinking that we're talking about just making sure that you keep a coat on in the cold, or you know, allow yourself to breathe in the summer. But it's other ways that we want you to maintain normal temperatures as well, even in your shower, in your food, drink, and different areas like that as well. So we're going to break down each one of those 10 ways of health for you in a later show. So make sure you stay tuned, tell friends about us, share this with everyone that you can share with, where they can get this information too. Don't just keep it to yourself. Say you found gold, but this gold is for anybody can use, you know, and you can't use it all for yourself. I mean, you found a precious fountain that just spits out gold continuously and never, ever is going to go dry. No matter how much you get, there's more that other people can get as well. What you get can't interfere with what somebody else can come and get as well. This is a spigot with a billion spigots on it, you know, billions of spigots. So you can only use one, and there's billions of spigots left that others can share from. So share with them where they can get this knowledge of holistic health as well, where we all can become healthier beings, not suffering from disease. We can do away with the plagues of the time by creating a healthy utopia in this world. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. This is your health coach, Dr. Ferrante Frazier, the hygienic doctor, teaching the ways of natural hygiene to help you create health in your body without the medicine man, without the herbal man, and without the treatment man. All you have to do is practice the requirements for health that we teach in natural hygiene. I want you to have a blessed day. Have a great week. And we'll see you on next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Best of health and happiness.